Welcome to my review of the LEGO Star Wars 2025 Plo Koon's JEDI Starfighter Microfighter, set number 75400 with 89 pieces. It's got a retail price of $15, which puts it in the running for most ridiculously priced microfighter of all time. But I also think it's in the running for best LEGO Star Wars microfighter of all time, price aside. It looks really awesome on the box. I'm very excited to get into this one. The box art, notably from the Clone Wars and not from Revenge of the Sith to match the ARC 170 from earlier this year. But of course, you're probably not here for the box art. It's really that Plo Koon minifig inside with the redesigned head mold that I'm very excited to talk about. Putting in the box here, which by the way uses a much tougher cardboard than prior microfighters, which is nice. Inside, you're going to find a couple of numbered bags, you got a couple loose pieces, and your very normal LEGO Star Wars instruction manual. This Plo Koon minifig is amazing to me. It's got the blue lightsaber as his accessory, and maybe the lone downside would be the lack of arm printing. It's something that I was hoping with the Mace Windu in 2022 they would carry over to a bunch of other Jedi. Just has not happened, and that's unfortunate. The leg and torso detailing looks great, and as far as I can tell is very accurate to the Clone Wars. You got a little more detail on the back, but the biggest thing on this guy, of course, is going to be his head. It's a brand new head mold for 2025, and it is sharp. If we compare it to the older Plo Koon heads, it's most notably no longer rubberized, which means it will wear much better over time. You can see I pulled this one brand new from the 2010 Plo Koon Starfighter just a few months ago, and the eye out of the box had already worn down to where you could see some orange underneath. That's just not going to happen with this new Plo Koon head mold because it's dual molded and it's not rubber, so it's just not going to wear off basically. So I love how they have upgraded and updated the Plo Koon head here. It's something that looks great and feels great. Just did not expect it to be this good. When I heard new Plo Koon head mold, I was definitely skeptical, but this is definitely a case where they have really upped their game for Plo Koon. So I'm very happy to be able to say that because it's just not always that way. Now, of course, Plo Koon isn't the only minifig in this microfighter at $15 because you've also got his astromech droid. Where's the rest of his astromech droid? You know, it's a funny case, this one. It's just the head of the astromech droid, and it'd be nice if the torso and legs were included, but of course then they couldn't fit in the ship. That aside, the print looks nice enough to me, even though it does have some minor inaccuracies for seemingly no reason. Now, this set, as I mentioned, is $15, and we gotta discuss this here with the minifigs in mind, because that's what really determines the value on a microfighter seemingly to LEGO. And so with this one coming in at $15, and that's not a tariff affected price. That was going to be the retail price of this set before tariffs even entered the equation. Why would it be $2 more than the new standard $13 for the microfighter? And I'm guessing it's a combination of the fact that Plo Koon got a new mold and the astromech head is included with the print, because historically we have had both of these cases pop up in microfighters and it did not cause the price to change. Back in 2014 with the X-Wing, it included the extra astromech head that you put on the back of the X-Wing, and that did not cause the price to increase. They also still did not include the torso and legs, unfortunately. Then in 2017, we saw the U-Wing microfighter that included a new mold, and to this day an exclusive mold for the U-Wing pilot there, and it also did not see a price increase caused by that mold, and it was a nice mold. It also had printing, which the Plo Koon does not. So in my opinion, I think LEGO just tried to charge an extra $2 because they thought they could get away with it with the astromech head included, and frankly, I think they can because the Plo Koon is just that nice, so most people are going to buy it. But because of how unique the character inclusions are here, I felt like I had to dive into the history of microfighter pricing when they saw similar things happen. I feel like for $15 though, the actual body of the astromech droid should have been included. What they did in 2014 actually was release the body in the advent calendar that year, and then if you just bought both sets, you had the complete astromech droid. That's not happening for 2025. The R7D4 body is not included, and you're just kind of left high and dry with just the head. Here's the build for Plo Koon Starfighter, and off the bat, the color scheme is gorgeous. The dark blue and the white contrast super nicely with the original Plo Koon Starfighter. They use kind of the regular LEGO blue, but this is far more accurate and, of course, looks better in the darker blue color. It's not going to have all the stripes and all the details. It's a microfighter after all, but the general idea of a lot of the design is there, and I think that works really well at this microfighter scale. Now, notice the big 2x2 area on the top. That happens to be the perfect spot to place our astromech droid. There's nothing that's going to allow you to spin it or anything. You just place it on there as is. And then behind there, you've got the little cheese slope windscreen piece represented. Always got to love that. But you've also got the tile and studs, so it's kind of half and half so that the legs don't get stuck down there for the pilot. That, of course, in this case will be the brand new Plo Koon minifigure, and I mean, he looks pretty cool in there. I also love what they did with kind of the fin design at the back. I think that looks really good. I guess it's not like the greatest microfighter cockpit design because you've got some gaps there. I mean, it's a microfighter. I'm not really trying to grill it on its design necessarily. I'm just pointing it out. They do include a clip on the bottom of the Starfighter that's going to allow you to store his lightsaber. It's kind of odd because it definitely pokes out, so I don't think it's worth storing there, but certainly as a way to not lose it if you're 5 years old, I guess it's nice that it's there. But yeah, I definitely will not be storing my lightsaber there. The engines are another area I think was particularly well done during the build process. I noticed they used the lightsaber blades inside of the translucent blue cone pieces, so you had that same translucent blue color inside. It's not distracting at all, and I love that they were able to incorporate that. I don't think I've ever seen them do that before, I'm pretty sure, so it's definitely something new to me. Maybe I'm missing something throughout history. There's been a lot of sets, but definitely something cool there. You're of course going to have some stud shooters on the side of this model. They work exactly like you would expect, but they do kind of take away from the design of the Starfighter. So I'm not one for modding my sets. I just, it's not the way that I do things. I like to keep them exactly as Lego sells them. However, if you do remove these stud shooters, you're looking at a incredibly cleaner design for the Plo Koon Starfighter Microfighter. So that's something that I would recommend if you are open to modifying your sets at all. It definitely cleans up the look a ton. Like the stud shooters, I mean, they're very noticeable on this set. They are big, bulky, and not the same color scheme as the rest of the set. So they just are very noticeable, but they're easily removable. So you can have a nicer display model. Although ultimately it's a microfighter, so it doesn't really matter that it's a nice looking display model because it really should be the bigger version to pair with the ARC 170 that we got earlier in the year. And I think that's the biggest issue most people will end up having with this set, is what it really should have been instead is like a $40 Plo Koon Starfighter to pair against the ARC 170. It just would have been so amazing. Kind of a throwback to 2010, but also in a Revenge of the Sith anniversary year. Now I gotta tell you this crazy stat while I have this picture up. Both of these pairs of sets cost $85 at retail. That's some crazy shrinkflation. Look, this set is also really cool. I think a lot of people are going to like it. I think you should buy it for $15. The Plo Koon is amazing. The Astromech droid head is okay, but like, where's the body for $15? Include the body, quit being cheap. But it's a great microfighter, and you probably didn't need me to tell you should buy this because it might be the only way we get Plo Koon for a while. Obviously, we could in the future get a larger Plo Koon Starfighter, but it definitely seems to me that if they're releasing this now, it's probably not happening anytime in the next year and a half, 2 years at least. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the 2025 Plo Koon's JEDI Starfighter Microfighter. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts on the new head mold for Plo Koon in the comments section below, and you can check out more 2025 LEGO Star Wars set reviews on the end screen now.